Hi everyone, this is AJ. Welcome back to the channel. Got a review for you today. Episode 1 of the new Child's Play TV series, Chucky. Okay, so the Child's Play franchise has now started its continuation on TV. Yes, the Chucky TV series, episode 1 has just dropped, has just been on. So I thought I'd give you my thoughts on it, give it a review. And yeah, as you know, I have been, or may not know, I have been watching the Child's Play films. I've got 2 left to watch, and ultimately I'll be doing a ranking of them. Now, this programme follows on from the Child's Play TV series. It is brought to us by Don Mancini again, who's the architect behind Child's Play. And yeah, so let's have a little talk about the story. So this episode opens with a yard sale, and the main protagonist of the show, he's at the yard sale. He buys a good guy doll, that being Chucky, brings him home. Now this kid's a bit of a loner, a bit of a loser. He collects dolls and builds them, builds like maquettes out of them, or giant dolls, you know, like art sculptures. His father's not too happy with this. Yeah, it is, to be honest, it is a bit weird. It's a bit sort of psychopath. It's not the sort of thing you want to be doing, is it? Come on now. Collecting dolls and cutting them up and building. Anyway, yeah, not right. We're introduced to his father. His mother's passed away, but his father's is struggling work-wise and on the drink a little bit. We're then introduced to his cousin and his cousin's parents. He doesn't get on with his cousin. Yeah, it's then we're introduced to him in the school setting. You know, and you come to find out that he's being bullied at school. So he's been bullied by his cousin. His dad ain't too happy with him. He's being bullied at school. He's one of these sort of marginalised children and this sort of thing. He's 14 years old. He's got a fancy for this other kid in the school who does these podcasts that he listens to. And when I say a fancy, you know, it's obviously that most of the younger people in this film are portrayed as being gay, homosexual, yeah. You know, like we have to do today in film. We got to appease this part of society. We can't just have a program without pushing this agenda of sexuality and yeah, you know how it is. Obviously, things go awry. The father goes on a mental one and destroys the boys' art creations. At this point, you've got a very foreboding song playing about this is how, basically, the song's basically about this is how killers are made. Yeah, but with the bullying, this sort of thing, it sort of plays heavily thematically into that sort of a thing. Okay, so my thoughts on this episode. It was quite a difficult watch. I mean, I was quite excited for this show. It's fantastic to have Chucky back. I like the Child's Play franchise. I like the character of Chucky. Yeah, so the primary problem with this show is that there's no real overly interesting characters within it. I mean, this may change as the narrative progresses, as the story carries on. At this point, we're just being introduced to certain characters. You've got you got the main boy, you've got his cousin, you've got the cousin's family, you've got the bully at school, you've got, you know, the sort of interest at school, this sort of thing, and yeah. So as the film progresses, we do get Chucky does become a bit more involved. There's a scene that I did enjoy where he does like a ventriloquist. The boy does a ventriloquist act in front of the school. Chucky makes him come up and do it. There's motives within the program, the characters' motives that I just don't get. I don't get the logic behind the characters' thinking and the way they're written. After the father destroys the boy's maquette, the boy takes Chucky to school with him. He Googles online Chucky on like eBay, and he realises how much these dolls are worth, and thus he takes it to school. Now I understand the logic of that, in that he probably thinks, you know, I'm gonna, you know, this is worth quite a bit of money, I'm gonna take it into school with me to keep it safe. Only goes into school and parades around with it in school. You know, this is like high school, so to speak, right? So come on, you're asking for it there. At least put it in a bag and take it to school. Come on now. You know how it is. So there is a kill towards the end of the episode where and spoiler alert here, so if you don't want to know, skip forward or switch off. The boy's father gets killed. Chucky makes all the electricity go off in the place. The father goes down to the fuse board, plays around with it, only he's standing on by a live wire, and Chucky spews up all this stuff onto the floor, and thus the father gets electrocuted. And by the end of it, you've got like a sort of coming together of Chucky and the main protagonist of the story. Hence the foreshadowing with this song that was played towards the start of the film episode. So yeah, overall, it's great to see Chucky back. I'll give it that. But ultimately, it fails on the human character side of the episode. They're very uninteresting, uninspired. As for actors within the programme, I don't know anyone in it apart from Lexa Doig, who plays the cousin's mother. She was in Andromeda. She was in Jason X, this sort of thing. But yeah, so I mean, I'll look forward to the next episode. I will give the next episode a watch. I will review the next episode. I'm hoping that it improves and that this is just like a set-up type of thing, which it should be big, considering it's a TV series. But yeah, so it was okay. It was the Chucky stuff elevated it. Obviously, Brad Dourif voices Chucky again. There is a scene where the young boy does get a phone call asking about the doll. I'm assuming that would be Andy Barclay on the phone. That phone call is interrupted, hinting at other stuff. And the episode ends with a flashback to Charles Lee Ray as a child. So we're going to get introduced to a bit of history of this character as a kid, and I'm expecting with that to sort of parallel maybe what's going on with this boy, so to speak, with the bullying and why Chucky became the killer that he is and this sort of thing. But ultimately we'll see. Anyway, this is AJ. Thank you for watching, and I will be reviewing the next episode. Check out my reviews for the films. I still have 2 more to do. But anyway, so this is AJ, and I'll see you all later. Take care. Goodbye.